And what to do with these options and these fascist fat cats thinking who's gonna stop them. The more money involved, the more they tame you. Fuck that, treat the rich just like Bane do. Same crew, wearing all camo like a mercenary. Hope these motherfuckers brought ammo cause my words are
Dead in Hip Hop album review, Dope Knife, the dope one. Second time that Dope Knife is in the Dead in Hip Hop chamber. We reviewed Beezy. What was the name of that project 3 years ago?
Things Got Worse.
Things Got Worse. We also debuted one of his music videos. So go way back because, you know, we got a big collection of music, or not music videos, but a big collection of videos in general on YouTube. We've been doing this for a minute. Go back, go look at that, and support your boy Dope Knife. Real quick info on Dope Knife. He is from Savannah, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Homegrown here in the GA. Founding member of hip hop collective Dope Sandwich and group Happy Thoughts. You know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of info on him, but go listen to his discography.
In case you guys don't remember, he also appeared on the Is the Myke Still On poetry slam. He opened it up with a super dope poetry poem or whatnot. So yeah, it really set the.
We were like, what the fuck?
Yeah, man, it was crazy. But yeah, if you haven't checked that out, like I tell y'all all the time, go check out Is the Myke Still On. It's on the Is the Myke Still On YouTube channel. So yeah, check him out, man. He's super talented guy.
Yeah, he's also had albums on Fake 4, also had albums on Strange Famous. He's worked with a ton of dudes. And yeah, he's the homie. And he's also part of the Waiting on Reparations podcast. So, yeah.
Dope Knife, the dope one. Let me tell you, this album is a dope one. This album is definitely a dope one.
Hey, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, damn, bro.
Hey, it's the last one of the year, man. It's the last one of the year. It's the last one of the year. One of the first things that really caught my attention was his voice throughout the entire project. It's a really dope voice that isn't like too dark or too deep. Like what's that dude from damn, you know I'm bad with names. It's a group from New York, Ken.
Flatbush Zombies?
Yes. Michi Darko. Yeah, that's his name. Like it's not as like deep and crazy and dark as that. It's definitely lighter, but I like Dope Knife's voice. I'm gonna debut in 2023, but I'm gonna tell y'all now, there's gonna be levels to whippability or bumpability, right? It's not bumpable, it'll be bumpable, or it definitely bumps in the whip.
Okay.
I'm telling people now.
So it's
right?
bumping the whip, that means it's like, bam.
Top notch.
That's top tier.
This shit bumping the whip, bro.
Okay.
This shit bumping the whip. From the beginning, you know what I'm saying? Like Arrival, holy shit, my nigga. Like I had to turn the bass down. This shit was knocking. This shit was knocking.
What car were you driving? Because mine was okay.
Oh.
You driving that little car? The little, the little skateboard? The little go-kart?
Hey, man. Hey, the speakers in that motherfucker ain't ready, bro. It's not ready, dog.
I was like, my fit even sounded okay. What happened?
Hey, man, sometimes, man, like with that little car, bro, I had to turn that shit down, bro. I had to turn the bass down.
It was knocking though. You're right. It was knocking.
That shit was hitting. Cause like when I played it in the house, cause at the house I got nice home, you know, all the surround music. And that shit was crazy. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the beats on here. Myke, do you know who like produced this thing? No?
No, I don't know who produced it actually.
I know he produced some of it.
Oh.
Yeah, because he is a producer.
Yeah, he produced some of it.
And you do some stuff for him too, right? You've done. Did you do something on this that one project we reviewed, or was it something else?
It was just a Lucy song because
okay.
he listened to some of my beats on my SoundCloud. And he was like, "Oh, I gotta freak this one." So yeah, it was just like kind of like a Lucy thing. But yeah,
he has a list of producers, but I don't know who did which song.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He
got
did
you. Okay, bet.
Cody Kim, Mr. Stereo, Tough Junkie, Ted Brown, Halftime, and Factor Chandelier. So I'm not familiar with a couple of those guys.
Arrival hit, and then the next one that really caught my ear like that was Gang Sign John Wall. That nigga said, you know I'm bad with fucking lines, but he said like I'm balling like 100 overall.
99 overall.
99 overall.
Little 2K reference. He got a lot of video game references on here too.
Yeah. He does. So Gang Sign John Wall, He's definitely an introspective rapper too. You know what I'm saying? Like he gives you those glimpses again, these things that I always tell you guys over the years that I love about hip hop artists. You know what I'm saying? But I like the beats, I like his voice, I like the content on here, so that's why it definitely bumps in the whip.
I remember you was talking about how it bumps or whatever, man. I think it really fits his voice, like
It does.
And I don't know, man. I won't say I'm always, but like, yeah, I was a little shocked when I played it because I don't, for some reason I don't expect for him to rap over certain type of beats. Mm-hmm. So yeah, when he was rapping over it, I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like I understood why he wanted your perspective on it. I remember he had mentioned he wanted your perspective on it or whatever. And I remember Black Milk had said that one time. He was like, I make music for like they really be listening to you. They be really wanting to make stuff that bump in the whip or whatever. So I'm automatically, when I heard it, I was like, okay, got it. But yeah, man, I'm always surprised not always surprised. I keep saying that. I was surprised when I heard him. I be feeling like he's like one of those like off-kilter type rappers or whatever.
But it didn't feel like that here.
But it didn't feel like that. Like I don't follow his stuff enough to know if that is what he typically does, but that's not what was here. It was very clear and concise and just very like easier to follow than some of the other stuff that I listen to that I would expect the people that he runs with. Like and like the features were really good too. Like Chesky, I know Myke always raving, and he's always in Myke's like top 5 at least when it comes to hearing albums. And I was like, damn, man. I was like, and we interviewed this guy and everything, and I was just like, man, this dude is fucking crazy dope. Like the way he was spitting on here too. So yeah, man, this was, you could tell he took some time to kind of put this together. Like I don't know how much time he took for it, but yeah, man, he definitely put some time into this one.
You know, another thing that stood out to me too was like the hooks on this. You know what I'm saying? Because, and Myke, I was also gonna ask you this: if this was like a lot of the albums that he makes, or is this like, you know, he took a detour a little bit?
Oh, I was gonna wait till my turn, but nah, this is very different.
Okay, very different.
Yeah,
okay,
this is very different.
I felt like that's what I was thinking. Like when I popped it on, I was just like, wait, I just wasn't expecting it to sound like this, but I liked it though.
Yeah.
And I think it's really cool that he could be this diverse. And I think another thing too, because when he came to the studio once and he was talking about Lil Wayne and stuff, and like when he says that stuff, I'm always surprised that he be so into like Lil Wayne and artists like that. Yeah. But now I see why. I see that he, you know what I'm saying, still has those influences, even though he's super intelligent, can rap like on different levels than a Lil Wayne or whatever, but he also can just make music that can fit the soundscape of this. So I think he's super interesting, man, and super talented. I mean, I've always thought it when I heard him the first time, but this just shows a whole nother level on how talented he actually is.
I agree, because this is extremely accessible.
Yeah.
One of the songs that threw me off was "Take a Sip." I'm like,
oh yeah,
that can be on the radio.
Don't take a sip. I'm like, what?
Yeah, like,
and it sounds good.
It sounds
it's
amazing.
Like, God damn, man.
And that shit bump too.
Yeah,
that shit hella bump.
It's crazy. I like the cookout, the feature he had on that, man. That shit was dope. Like I was just like, man, this is
she's dope. Lingua Franca, you know her.
Do I? From where?
Yeah, she's been through before.
Really?
She's part of the podcast with him. Light skin.
Oh, that's her.
Big old afro.
That's what's up,
man. Out of Athens.
Yeah. Oh my God.
She's like a politician in Athens.
Oh wow.
Oh really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but her whole thing she did on here was super dope, man. Like, yeah, man, the features really, really showed up on here to match his energy. So, nah, man, I played this thing like several times. If it wasn't even for the review, I still would play. I was still playing it. I wasn't even playing it just for the review at one point. I was just bumping it. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, man, he did a really good job on this. Man, for real.
Sonically, sound-wise, it's definitely different from Things Got Worse. Because when I listened to this, I was like, wait a minute, am I tripping? I said, I went back and listened to Things Got Worse. I said, okay, yeah, he definitely went a different route, sound-wise and the production-wise with this, which, you know, I mean, I wouldn't complain at all. Him being able to rhyme over this type of production is not surprising for me. It was good to hear this type of production, but hearing him rapping over this, I'm like, oh yeah, this dude definitely is gonna go. What Doesn't Kill You is definitely one of my standout joints. The Cookout, I thought the Cookout was definitely one. Perfect 10 was fucking, you know, because I like the fact that, you know, I'm always cool when artists can kind of not take themselves too seriously. I mean, he got tracks on here where you can tell he's talking about some real shit. But I like tracks like Perfect 10 where you can kind of step away, still spit, but not take yourself too seriously. You know what I'm saying? I like that. Take It or Leave It was dope as fuck. Late Stage Capital. Yes, that's definitely one where I was like, holy shit, the way that they both was flowing back and forth, the type of that rhyme schemes and shit they was doing on that joint was fucking crazy.
Yeah, Chesky, god damn.
Stole the show on that one.
Man. I like he kind of gave me like a little bit of boom bap feel with Usual Suspects on there, and Don't Show It. The closeout track was definitely really good. But yeah, overall, man, this definitely was a solid project. I'm with you, right? Even if we weren't reviewing it, I can definitely, this would be something that would be in the replay value. Yeah. And I like the fact that he went a different direction sonically wise for this album. I do like that compared to his previous project and the stuff that we reviewed. So yeah, this was dope.
You know, I think y'all hyping a little bit.
Damn, it's Cap.
No, I'm just playing. Nah, this is really good. I was listening to it again last night, and in the car, me and the fan was out, and I was playing, and you know, I've said before, Miles is a music one, so he was like, so we were just vibing. So when Arrival came on, man, and I mean, it just flows really, really well. You know, you guys already talked about the features and stuff like that. I do like his line on Take It or Leave It. When he says, "I'm a moody black," I do like that line. That shit's funny to me.
Did you catch that the feature is K Death for Moody Black?
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't sure if y'all.
It's actually on here.
Oh well, damn, that's cheating.
Yeah. I didn't catch it at first though. I didn't catch it until I saw the track list. Because at first I thought it was, I don't know why it sounded like damn, does he got beef with Moody Black? Because I'm not Chris, I'm Moody Black. It just sounded weird. But I was like, nah, that don't make sense. Like, why? And then when I saw, I was like, okay, it added to it. You know, when I listened to it, I was like, oh, shit,
I love that bar.
Dope. Yeah, man, that shit was fucking dope.
It was clever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course, you know, you already talked about Late Stage Capital.
Isn't it capitalism? Is it Late Stage Capital?
Just Late Stage Capital.
Late Stage Capital, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Usual Suspects I like as well. It was different from the other ones, but you know, it's still the production that worked, you know, of course. But Dare is probably my favorite song on here.
Dare is hard.
Man, Dare, every time Dare comes on, it's like I'm hearing it for the first time. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I was like, damn, that is probably the best track on
Well,
here.
it fits your personality. It's hella aggressive.
Yeah, that shit was dope. Walking by Problems in the World. Yeah, he did a really, really, really good job with this, man. And I like, you know, stepping, you know, doing something different. And going with the different, you know, sound, angle, and approach, but yet kind of still somewhat staying in the same lane of what he does, you know, content-wise and stuff like that. But yeah, I think it's very, very solid through and through. I actually don't have any skips on here, you know, honestly. Yeah, there are really no misses on here. And yeah, very much like you, Rod, started out listening to it for the review, and then it just started listening to it. You know, it's just like, it was a transition where it was like, okay, well, I only want to just listen to it to try to dissect and figure out what's going on here. It's just like, nah, I'm just gonna play it. I will ask though, Myke. You kind of been, you know,
He said,
fussing at us about Chesky. I haven't kept up with Chesky, you know, cause he's always in your list. But I know early on when we started, you used to talk to him. I have listened to him. But has he always rapped like that?
Yes.
Even way back in the day?
Yes.
I haven't listened to Chesky in years.
Well, you're a little late because now he has stopped rapping.
What?
And now he's doing like more punk stuff.
Okay.
So y'all fucked up.
I can go back and listen to his old shit.
But you'll never see him perform live. He's easily one of the best performers I've ever seen. I wish to God y'all could see him perform. He's fucking incredible.
What makes him an incredible performer?
He's one of the most impassioned fucking and he's not even aggressive. It's not even that kind of passion. It's just like, you can tell this dude believes every single syllable of every word he says when he fucking raps. I've never seen anyone like that.
Okay, I fucked up.
But at least you found his music now.
Yeah.
So that's
yeah.
what matters.
You've always mentioned him, always put me on. I have listened to some of the stuff that you recommended early. I just stopped keeping up with him. Even when you mentioned, I was like, man, I need to go listen to that. And I never did. Man. And so yeah, that's my bad.
He's one of the best, man. He really is.
Yeah. No, you always spoke highly of him. And, just a reminder as to why. But yeah, incredible performance on this album.
Yeah, I'm glad we got to do this. The most interesting thing I think about this project is, so he said he was doing something new. I didn't know. He didn't say anything about the fact that he's completely like doing something different. Now, of course, there are throwback songs. I don't want to call them throwback, but there are songs that are reminiscent of his other style. Because his other stuff is more boom bap. This one he's kind of taking a few steps outside of the box. But yeah, there's still Usual Suspects or Beast Mode that sounds like something that could have been on his previous projects, but when this shit starts with Arrival, I was like, oh, wait, what? He's going over some, okay, all right, this is super good, but all right, interesting. What Doesn't Kill You? I was like, oh, wow, he's stepping all the way out of the box. Like, he's doing something completely different. Gang Sign. Cookout was a bit different, like a bit, more boom bap-ish, but it was still fucking super good, and it fit with the track listing. And yeah, like y'all, I really liked Lingua Franca on here. I mean, she's always great, but I like the Superman has white skin when his mask is off. I like that kind of shit. Real quick, to take a sip, I don't think I knew that he had issues with alcohol like that. So listening to that song was actually really interesting. But even if you take away the message or the introspection of it, it's just a fucking good song. It's a dope beat, and he's writing it super well. Y'all talked about Take It or Leave It. Late Stage Capital, of course, was fucking incredible. These two MCs have great chemistry. The whole thing with Chesky talking about, capitalism and the fact that it's come back and died, so it has many lives like a feline or whatever. And man, all of this shit was super, super, super good. Dare is actually some of the best rapping I've ever heard from him. This whole album is some of the best rapping I've ever heard from him. I hit him up when I listened to this, and I was like, yeah, spoiler alert, this is your best work. And I think out of every rapper that I've fucked with, I think he would know if I was bullshitting. And I was just like, no, really, this is the best thing I've heard from you. Because it's more diverse. Like I said, most of his stuff is pretty boom bap. I don't know how much I would classify him as like experimental or anything like that, but it's mostly boom bap stuff. So hearing this, I was just like, wow, he's really doing something different. And I think this sound fits better for him than the more boom bap stuff. But I like that he's still sprinkling that other shit in here to show that he's really diverse. But I've always thought that Mac was one of the best rappers that isn't known enough. But I think that this project definitely solidifies it. I'm actually really glad that y'all enjoyed it. I think that he was interested in Feefo's perspective. I wish we could have had him on here, actually. But because I think that you might have complained about the production on the last project. Okay. Because it was very boom bap. Gotcha. And I know you weren't really feeling that last album like that. So I think that's why he really wanted your perspective, because he's just like, okay, let me do something a little bit different and see how he feels now. And it worked.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think that's dope that he has an album like this for people like you that just kind of want that shit that bumps, but motherfuckers that can still rap. Yeah. But he also has the more boom bap stuff for the backpacker nerds that want to But yeah, man, he's an incredible MC, and I'm glad that he put this out, because this is a fucking really good album. And go see him live as well. He's an incredible performer, and he's a super dope freestyler. I don't want to give any spoilers away, but when you go see him live, there's always a segment where he freestyles about shit that you throw on the fucking stage, and it's flawless. It's flawless. I haven't seen motherfuckers freestyle like that since KRS. No crazy. Bullshit. Anything you throw up there, he's just picking it up and going, and it's like, God damn, how do you do that? But yeah.
All right, so some of my favorite tracks on here, definitely Arrival. Give me What Doesn't Kill You, Gang Sign, John Wall. Give me Take a Sip, give me Dare,
right.
And give me Late Stage Capital. What? And
damn. Give it a whole album?
That shit sound like it was 7 tracks. 1, 2, 3,
4, 5. Oh,
give me the whole album, man. Just give me the album.
Exactly.
I did one extra.
It was extra. Arrival, because I definitely like how you opened it up. Usual Suspects, that was crazy. Late Stage Capital, definitely. Cookout, that stood out to me. Man, I can go with any other one. So let me go with Dare. Yeah.
Damn, that's almost like the same shit. Yeah, because I got Arrival, Cookout,
Yep.
Usual Suspects,
Yep.
Late Stage Capital,
Damn, that's it.
and Take a Sip.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There are 7 in contention, but I'm going to narrow it down some out of 5.
We're going to see if he going to
Right.
Arrival, Dare is my favorite song on here,
should've
so I
been
want to
named
go ahead and
first
get
since it
that
was
out
your
here.
favorite.
I know, but I'm just trying to get it out
I'm
the way.
fucking with you. I'm
'Cause I got to
fucking
figure out between these next 3. Give me Take It or Leave It. Give me Late Stage Capital. Oh man.
One more.
Gang Sign John Wall.
Okay.
Yeah, that shit hard.
I'm going Arrival, Dare, Take It or Leave It, Late Stage Capital, and Beast Mode.
Dope Knife, if you watching, super dope album. This shit is definitely bumpable. It definitely bumps in the whip. Like I told people, man, he may have to turn the bait down a little bit because you came knocking, goddamn. You came knocking. And again, man, the rap's top tier, bro. Like, this shit was hard. I definitely fuck with it. Next time we do it in my rotation, it's in my rotation. Appreciate it.
Dope Knife, if you're watching, really good project, man. I knew it was gonna be good, but I just didn't know it was gonna be good in this way. So like I said, when it came on, it just took me by surprise. It's like a trap bump. It's like a smart trap,
Boom bap trap,
something like that. like I don't know the fact that you was able to do that, man. It just shows your talent, man. And this album just definitely showcased, the things that you can do as an artist. So yeah, man, I've always thought you were super talented. So yeah, this is just an extension of that. Yeah, man, look forward to, anything that you do next. Because obviously you can do just about anything. And like I said on the review, I just like how you also chose people that can complement everything else that you were doing. So yeah, man, really, really good job on this project, bro. Hats off to you for that.
Yes, Dope Knife, if you're watching, man, dope project, great project. Thank you for this wonderful art. Production wise, I think I love the fact that you stepped out the box from what you normally do. But like Myke mentioned, I think that's why I like Usual Suspects. I'm like, oh yeah, this that classic boom bap shit that you rhyme over. So I think that's why I like Usual Suspects so much. Overall, man, I think you did a great job. Dope as hell. Glad we was able to sit and listen to this and put this one in the chamber. So good job, man.
Dope Knife, if I can channel my inner Feefo, you are a dope one.
Don't worry.
But nah, man, yeah, incredible album. I think it got my approval and the approval of the fam. So it speaks to the accessibility of it as well. And yeah, man, I'll just keep it brief, man. I do agree with Myke in terms of like this is a good sweet spot for you. And I think it just adds to what you can already do well. And it just gives you a little bit more range to just make and create whatever you want. So keep up the dope work, man. Good work, man, bro. God damn.
Boy.
FIFA rubbing off
Y'all
on me.
got
Shit,
the
I
puns
need to
today.
move over, bro. God
Jesus
damn.
Christ. Mac, you already know. This album's fucking incredible. I really, really like the fact that I think that you kind of took those people that threw you in a box and you stepped out of that box and you did it better than a lot of other rappers that I've seen that try to step out of a box. And I think that the amount of lyricism that you put into this album is really impressive. And I think the fact that these flows are flows that I haven't heard from you. In all the projects you've done, I haven't heard. I think that that's incredible. This album, of all things, it made me really want you to continue like challenging listeners with the type of stuff that you're putting out, especially lyrically. It also makes me want a you and Chesky album. It also really makes me want a you and K-Death album. Because I have not heard K-Death rap over stuff like this in a long time because I'm so used to her rapping over her own production. So what y'all did here was just great. But yeah, this is your best work, your absolute best work. And like I said earlier, you'd know if I was bullshitting. I wouldn't tell you that shit. This is your best work. So I think you should be very proud of this album. And I think that anyone that's hearing the sound of my voice should go check it out. So good job, and I cannot wait to see what you do next.